this is basically a tour of my gear, because I'm going to start recording soon, and I kind of like to be organised and kind of like do a gear tour, so I can kind of so I can just be prepared for my recordings of covers and that sort of thing, because I'm planning to cover when Night Wishes Come Cover Me as my very first cover, and I've been playing that one endlessly and sounding good so far. Yeah, lovely gear. I've got another 2 guitars in cases which are under my bed right now, and I really can't be bothered to get them out, so this is kind of what they've got now, and if I feel like doing it like a part 2, or if it leads to a part 3, if I feel like it, I'll do it. Basically this is my first guitar I ever spent money on. It had a Squier Bullet which met an untimely death a few years ago, and I feel sad about it, and I've never got it fixed. But this is the first guitar I ever bought, well, paid money for anyway, paid a little bit of money for. It was £170 originally, but I played it in the shop and I managed to convince them to take it down to £150. I tried out guitars in the £250 price range, and it just didn't, at the time it just didn't compare to this, and it still doesn't. It's my drop C guitar. I need to sort the action out, and I need to give it new strings and tune it, but good guitar. And it also looks like a shark's actually attacked the inlays, so it's very cool. Second guitar I ever bought. I'm kind of going in history now, but there's a few guitars in chronological order I don't actually own anymore, specifically being my RG 550 and my SV 470, which I sold. So I sold my RG 550 last year actually. Oh, and my S470, which I sold. I put an Evolution pickup in it and sold it afterwards, stupidly. But this is my Ibanez ARX 120. I think it's one of the double cutaway models Ibanez used to do before they did the ART series with the single cut ones with the active pickups in the nice red finishes. I went busking all Christmas one year to buy this. £200 it cost me. It's been damaged, it's been used, and I fell on it, and I've not played it since because it just hasn't worked. So I'm going to take it to a tech, see if it can fix it up, and then do a demo of it when I get it back, because I miss it and I miss hearing it. The next guitar I'm going to show you is this acoustic. Cost less than 200 actually, but I didn't actually buy it. It was my dad who bought it. 200 pounds. My dad bought it because I had broken his old no-name branded acoustic, which he bought in Liverpool, and he bought this instead. He went to Dennis Todd's up in Bedington, which is about, give or take, 15-20 minutes, and he played a lot of acoustics and just picked this one. It felt the best to him. It's not the best acoustic for me, but it's just sort of made its way into my room, and it's just stayed there. So everybody's kind of treating this guitar as mine now, which is quite odd really. I would start that one again because I've forgotten how to play that. I've forgotten how to play Bard's Tale with Blind Guardian. Sorry, the Bard song. In the forest. Beautiful guitar. Very nice guitar. I also have possibly my latest guitar edition that isn't yet late. A Dean Razorback. Everybody needs to own at least one pointy guitar. Well, if you're a metalhead, you do. I don't know what it cost because it was not a Christmas gift. It was a birthday gift. It was an 18th birthday gift from my parents this year, and I'm very grateful for this because I was obsessing about one. I had huge gas guitar acquisition syndrome for one for about 6 months now. And it happens to be just a beautiful guitar. It sounds great. I mean, the Dimebreakers give it an extra oomph, and you know, the sustain on it. Yeah, I know you can't really hear anything. You can't hear the sustain. It's like a 1959 Les Paul, famous for sustain. And then you can take a bite out of it. You could go and have a cup of tea, and if you hit this note here, it would still be ringing. And I mean, you'd hear something if it were plugged in. But Spinal, enough for my tap references. But yeah, it's beautiful guitar, and I honestly, if I ever grow out of pointy guitars, I'm gonna keep this one. I might be having a couple of incoming new gear days later on this month, so I'm gonna keep you all informed on that in case it happens. Okay, last two bits of gear is, as I mentioned earlier, is my Digitech Bad Monkey. It's a TS set, an Ibanez Tube Screen clone, and it's a decent one. There are cheaper clones out there. I think by a company called Boss Hog, and there's B Yang pedals or something over. But Harley Benton makes some decent, really affordable pedals. I wouldn't use one, but they are in. I wouldn't use one live, but I'd use one in the studio certainly. And it's good. The colouring of the tone isn't what I'm after though. So if anybody's got a honestly, if anybody's got possibly one of the Jekyll and Hyde pedals, one of the Visual Sounds Jekyll and Hyde pedals, I'd trade you this in a bit of cash, because that's sort of more what I'm after. Lastly, my Blackstar H25. I traded, like I said, I got rid of my Ibanez SV 420, and I basically traded it for the Digitech and the Blackstar. I'm fully satisfied. Great amplifier, works well. It sounds good, but problem is, unless your drummer plays with brushes because it's a 5 watt amp, you're not exactly going to hear it. I know that's not. I know it's like, I know with a tube amp you have to crank it, but to me this amp's a hybrid. And anything under a 20 watt, if you want a clean headroom, you're not exactly going to hear it very much, unless it was mic'd, which if your venue's got a PA, it will be anyway. So if it's mic'd, I will use. If it's not, I'm going to need at least a 20 watt. I'm also using a Laney LX120 cabinet with Celestion. I think they're Celestion rockets in there. It's a good little cab actually, and I paid £50 for it actually, which is cracking, really. Because I just traded a 655 on my Laney AOR in the Harley's Benton 1x12, which I might be trading for the guy in Durham for another guitar. Because I want a sensible shape one for college, because I can't exactly carry this in every day and look sensible playing like blues music on it, you know. But yeah, it's a good little amplifier. I wouldn't sell it for the world. So this has been part one of my gear tour. There's another couple of guitars to come. But if you're interested in anything generally, just ask. And yes, that is a Generation 1 Pikachu at the top of my amplifier. I've enjoyed doing this, so hope you've enjoyed listening to me rant for 10 minutes.